Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, as said, my name is Justyna Zalewska. I'm based in Warsaw, Poland, and I'm driving data storage systems business at Seagate in the region of Eastern Europe. And together with me is also Jan Svoboda, who's based in Prague, Czech Republic, and he's our engineer. And we're both very thankful, and we appreciate that Magwa invited us here and that you're present on this presentation in such a large number, and that many of you have found the time already to visit our booth. So for all these customers who have stayed until the very end to see this presentation, so this is the content that nicely summarizes what me and Jan have been preaching about this whole day. So this short PPT will be devoted to the subject of key technology differentiators of our brand on the market. As many of you know, Seagate are a leading global HDD and SSD manufacturer. We power the storage infrastructure for most of the world's data. So some numbers. For over 40 years, we've been focused on solving operational and architectural challenges across two primary device levels, HDD capacity and SSD performance, and we've got annual revenue of over $7 billion. We ship 350 exabytes of data annually. We've got over 33 employees globally, and our manufacturing sites are equipped with nano-precision technology and smart manufacturing capability. And because of our storage technology expertise, we have deep, strong technology engagement with major global OEMs across various industries, as well as the top global cloud service providers. And of course, we have many customers. Among there are tech leaders such as FANG, so Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Microsoft, IBM, to name just a few. And this is the side of Seagate that most of you are already familiar with. From consumer through mass capacity storage to mass infrastructure, Seagate ecosystem encompasses various areas of hard drive utilization. We constantly adjust our comprehensive portfolio so that it best reflects the current market trends. We do this because the way businesses use disk drives has changed. We once started in the consumer and gaming sector with 2.5-inch HDDs with flash content. Back then it was called laptop SSHD, solid-state hybrid drive. The Fire CUDA, and today it is very unlikely to find an HDD in this area anymore. So this is how the world progresses. Naturally, NAS and video data recording have increased worldwide in the recent years, as well as we have excellent products that cover this market segment, such as Iron Wolf. But today's data creation is exploding at an unprecedented high, and the space where we see significant growth is the cloud. Some of us use Google Maps to find our way today. Others have published a post in LinkedIn or Facebook, from artificial intelligence in content creation and self-driving vehicles to 8K cinematic cameras to bring you the latest Marvel film. Lots of traffic is driven by the arrival of 5G. And in the Worldwide Global Datasphere Forecast 2023-2027, published by the International Data Corporation, or IDC, in short, the global datasphere is forecasted to grow from 106 zettabytes in 2022 to 291 zettabytes by 2027, so practically double. So, and the total amount of data is expected to be almost double the size it is today within the next 4 to 5 years. According to IDC, we are in the new era of data age, an era in which ubiquitous and interconnected digital technologies use data to enable and enrich every decision across organizations, life, society, whereby data is shifting to both the core and the edge. And by 2027, nearly 71% of the world's data will be generated in the core and edge, up from 54% in 2022. Digital transformation has given rise to many new applications, all of which rely on faster access and secure storage of data coming from endpoints through edge to cloud. And we expect that this will have a positive impact on storage demand. So what you may be less familiar with is that we also are one of the world's most largest systems manufacturers. And the least known. When we talk about systems, we mean drives and chassis, JBods as RAIDs, and as SANs. In fact, we've got over 1 million of systems deployed throughout the globe today. And many of those systems have someone else's logo on the front, because we OEM these solutions to IBM, to Dell, EMC, Hitachi Vantara, HP, Fujitsu. And we are the only worldwide manufacturer to own our storage technology from end to end. So patents, from the disk end, how we put oxide on the platters and the heads, we own the chassis, chips that go on these controllers, the actuators of the drives themselves, and to the technology and RAID associated that sits in the chassis, and the software that runs it, and everything on top. And there are others who make drives. Some of them make chassis, okay, but they don't have intelligence on the chassis. And then there's companies that make chassis but don't make the drives. There's no one else in the industry that is in charge of their destiny to the extent that Seagate are. So how did it come to this, that Seagate developed systems in the first place? The answer is simple. It happened via acquisitions. In 2014, Seagate acquired Zyratex, and in 2015, Dothill. And the products that we have launched to the market as Seagate are a combination of best technologies cherry-picked from both of those manufacturers. We use our enterprise-class hard disk drives and SSDs in our systems. We offer anything from 2 to 22 TB hard drives, and in the flash world, from 800 gigabytes to 15 terabytes today. And all of our systems can mix and match hard disk drives and SSDs to create hybrid systems. We have manufactured and developed 4 chassis types. And the top shows the industry standard and leading 4U106 bay that takes large form factor high capacity drives. That's the one that we showed on our booth today. So 106 of 22 TB drives, that's well over 2 petabytes of data in just 4U of space, which makes it the most dense solution on the market today. We also got 5U84 base solution, one of our best sellers, which can fit 84 large form factor drives or SSDs. And we've got a pretty industry standard chassis types 2U12, great entry-level product, and 2U24 that takes the small form factor drives, so either mission criticals or SSDs. So to continue this building block story, these chassis can be any number of things, depending on the identity module that we insert into them. So they can be a JBOD, RAID, or they can have compute inside. Exos AP, so the one in green on the top, in any of these chassis we can put application platform, compute, if we so desire, to create a storage server, a vanilla kind of server. The Exos X, data protection modules, this is our RAID. And it gives us SAS connectivity, and that SAN connectivity can be iSCSI, can be fiber channel, and what's unique about our RAID is that it's driven via an ASIC, which is a bespoke CPU that's developed to do exactly this RAID function, and it makes it very quick because it's only designed to do this one task. Finally, we've got Exos E, an expansion chassis identity module that can be inserted into any one of these chassis to give it a JBoss style of approach. And this means it can be used with software-defined storage vendors. It could be that it's going to an HPC environment behind Lustre or some form of GPFS. Or, for example, it can gives us 12 gig SAS host connectivity to the outside world. Now, heat-assisted magnetic recording, or HAMR, is technology in which Seagate has been investing for over 20 years now. This is a game changer in the industry that really sets our HDDs apart from the competition because it pushes the limits of the PMR perpendicular magnetic recording by significantly lowering the watts per petabyte power efficiency parameter. In the largest 3.5-inch form factor drive, you can physically fit maximally 11 disks. So from a certain point, you cannot really grow the capacity by simply packing more and more disks into one chassis. What you can do instead is increase the areal density. And please take a look at this animation. In simple terms, a hammer works in such a manner that for writing the data on the drive, a small laser diode is used, and this diode, in a nanosecond, heats up a very tiny area on the disk, which makes this tiny area more susceptible to the actions of the recording head. And during this short moment, when this is heated up, the data parts can move on the disk surface. They become loose, and within this nanosecond, they can be easily cooped up in order to take less space. And after they cool down, which also takes a nanosecond, they retrieve their magnetic stability and do not move anymore. So using this technology helps to write data on a smaller area than in case of traditional technologies, while at the same time keeping the traditional physical size of the drive unchanged. The second unique feature of Seagate Enterprise class products is the Mach-2 technology. And this is a fresh technology. It consists of 2 independent actuators instead of one, like in the current products. And these actuators create 2 parallel independent data paths. So it works like 2 drives put into one chassis, provided that they're, of course, connected to the right controller. This technology doubles the number of input-output operations per second, very important parameter. It needs to be high in hyperscale environments, in content delivery type applications, so video streaming, Hadoop, Microsoft Azure, also requires a specific level of IOPS. Minimal level is 5 IOPS per terabyte, and without this technology, in capacities larger than, say, 16 to 18 TB, it's just not possible to achieve. As you can see in this chart, the higher the drive capacity in single actuator drives, the lower the IOPS. And the goal is to keep the IOPS on level between 8 to 10 IOPS per terabyte. And Mach-2 is undoubtedly a rule-changing technology for the future. I also have one important update to share, because Magway has successfully completed evaluation of Mach-2 drives, and test results are available with their engineers in form of Excel sheets. So I highly encourage everyone interested to get in touch with them to find out what are the details, what are the results. And now Seagate Exos Core Vault is a high-performance block storage system. Probably the highest density solution on the market today. It achieves a record-breaking 2.12 petabyte of raw capacity with 106 drives in just 4U space. It offers 5 nines reliability, low cost per terabyte, gives increased data availability. It's got intelligence around it, and it's very popular in Filecoins, large data center, etc. Core Vault is equipped with groundbreaking self-healing capabilities, which are achieved with 2 core Seagate technologies. The first is autonomic distributed allocation protection technology, or ADAPT. This is an answer to one of our main pain points of our customers who want to have bigger and bigger capacity drives, but at the same time reduce the rebuild times. And ADAPT is erasure coding across pools of data. It enables us to have fairly large arrays, up to 128 drives in a single ADAPT architecture called ADAPT pool. And it's great for performance and dramatically reduces the rebuild times. So we're going from days down to hours. And it's flexible, so we can mix drive capacities too, starting with 20 TB and later 22 TB, etc., when it's needed. And another unique technology in Core Vault is autonomous drive regeneration, or ADR, which removes surface head failures within a drive and reintroduces the drive back into the distributed array. So when the disk drive fails, it usually is a media error or the head. For example, in a 20 TB drive, there are 10 separate rotating disks, and each disk's got 2 surfaces. That's 20 surfaces, and each surface is 1 terabyte. So when one surface fails, the whole drive is marked as faulty. And Seagate's cleverness comes in that we can identify that drive's gone faulty because it's post-hard error, and then reintroduces this drive, bypasses it, and reconfigures, and the drive can be brought back online without that fault. So this means you don't have to swap that drive out. And this kind of technology can only come from someone who owns all of that intellectual property end-to-end. And this offers great flexibility, cost efficiency, and we are very happy to discuss in detail how it can work for your business. And that would be all. So here's a short intro about our team. And as I said, I'm responsible for managing Seagate Systems business throughout the whole region of Eastern Europe. Jan Svoboda is our engineer. Some of us, you might have already had a chance to talk with us. We also have Lako, a pre-sales engineer who's Slovakian, based in the UK, who's happy to support you with any project from technical experts' point of view, and David, who's managing the whole product line across EMEA. So I hope this short presentation was informative and it makes a good introduction into our technology updates. So for more information, please talk to Magwai, us, or visit our website. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.